Episode 62, we are back. Happy moving day to me.
This is moving day.
This is moving day, so
Absolutely.
exciting.
More importantly, King Rufus introduced us to the amazing Katie. And I feel like we'd already had an episode which has been off which we should have just really recorded.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I was like, do you know what? Like, I looked on your Instagram and I love what you say, that age is just a number.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so talk to us about what you do.
Okay, so I'm a personal trainer. I've been a personal trainer for nearly 12 years. I work in person and online. I'm a nutritionist as well, and I'm really, really passionate about working with mainly women over 40. And like you said, just to prove that age, it is just a number. I really struggle with this stereotype that it's all downhill from now on. I think I'm not dismissing that menopause, perimenopause, etc. can be a massive shift, and a lot of people struggle more than others. As with periods, though, as with other things that we've had to deal with, having a baby, everybody's experience is different, and I feel that it's so easy that we just get tarred with the brush of, oh, you're perimenopausal, you're menopausal, and that is our entire identity. And I feel, really passionate about dispelling that myth, and we're still, we technically could still have half our life to live.
And absolutely, and I think there's something to be said about women in the late 30s heading to the 40s, especially. I think this society, it's changing. We're changing.
Yeah,
we're understanding that actually we have got perhaps another maybe 40 years. And I think people used to call it a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
But actually, I think it's an awakening.
Yeah, definitely. It is a time to reassess, I think with your maturity you become well aware of what you don't want as well as what you do want. And you can kind of maybe shed that extra weight, I mean mentally, like not physical weight, like all the things, stop saying yes to everything. You feel a bit more comfortable in your own skin. You have an enhanced sort of state of confidence really as well, so you should embrace all that. And yes, there may be changes, it is a new season of your life, but I don't think that's just impacted by the hormones. I think so many other factors in your life play factor to that. Like you're moving, aren't you? So you're moving, it's like a new experience. It's kind of as a result of things that have gone in your life, and you're evolving, you're changing, you're moving. And it's actually quite exciting. Our kids are getting older. We've got older kids.
More time as well. And
this is it, exciting.
It's what we do within that time and how we choose to look after ourselves. So what made you become a personal trainer? And how did that evolve on your journey, I suppose, as a woman?
Yeah, I think I didn't really exercise at all till I was mid-20s, and my sole motivator for exercising was because I didn't want to be a fat bride. That was literally it. It was all about, I wanted to be smaller, I wanted to, look better on my wedding pictures for my first wedding.
Because that's what we're brought up to think as well. That's what we're brought up to believe as well in our generation.
Yeah, well, it's 90s, early 2000s.
Absolutely.
It was like nothing tastes better than being skinny.
Absolutely.
So it was that mentality. So I used to, do home DVDs, and then I started to go to the gym but play around at it. And it was actually only when I met my Richard, who's now my husband, my second husband, and he was like, you really are passionate about this, you should train and you should make it your job. And I was a little bit worried, but he gave me the confidence to train. And I trained while I was on maternity leave with my second child, Ben, who's now 12. And I've never looked back really.
You've just found your passion and your drive for change things for women.
Yeah, I think it's having an impact on women's lives, and I've evolved, the way I train has evolved. It's like when you start anything, you look back and you think, oh God, that was awful. But I've evolved, and I feel a lot more comfortable about who I want to work with, who I want to help, who gives me more joy to work with. And it's having an impact on women, and it's definitely shifted. Whereas fat loss is very much a goal that some people will want and find that's brilliant. I can help them with that. But I think what has really, really become a big thing for me is health, just your health. Getting older, it's so important to future-proof our bodies. You want to be able to get out of bed by yourself or get off the toilet by yourself, when you're in your late 70s, 80s, whatever. And it's putting down that work now.
It says it's building the right foundations.
Yeah.
It's really, and we spoke earlier, didn't we, briefly about sometimes it's a bit of tough love.
Yeah, self-care is
Sometimes
just,
being actually, am I helping myself?
Exactly.
And what do I need to do to help myself? And that's bloody difficult at times to build the right foundations.
Yeah, of course
Because
it is.
we can keep running from ourselves. We can keep running. But actually, when you get to our age and your body is changing, like dramatically, your hormones are everywhere. It's about building the right foundations within yourself, isn't it? So how does exercise, I suppose, as we get older, impact us? Why I suppose we need it to get out of bed later on, but there's something around hormones as well, and then weight training.
Yeah,
and like that.
when you're perimenopausal, so that can be up to like 10 years on average before you actually go through the menopause. Your estrogen levels start to decline or fluctuate, which is why perimenopause can be a bit of a you're all over the place.
I think my estrogen is somewhere nowhere to be seen. I wondered if that's why I struggle massively.
Yeah, it can be, and obviously it's worthwhile. There's things like HRT. I'm a big advocate of HRT. If you can, it's out of my sort of scope of practice. You must always go to a GP.
Yeah.
But obviously that is just really replacing something you are lacking. It's not
Oh, is that what that is?
Well, it's nothing crazy that you're taking extra. You're replacing what effectively we are losing, and estrogen is present all over your body. So everyone just thinks, right, well, it's a reproductive hormone, it must just be located to your womb. It is prevalent everywhere, including your brain, your gut, which is why a lot of people can experience gut problems. Your muscles, it's a very protective hormone. So your muscles, your joints, we all experience muscle loss from, I think it's 29, it's early.
Wow.
And that is going to progress as you get older. So weight training, resistance exercise is super important to get that muscle, maintain that muscle, and maybe even build some muscle, because nature is going to do us dirty. It's going to decline anyway. But you can beat it by resistance training. So that's why I'm super passionate about that, as well as the benefits of your joints. Everyone says, "Oh, I'm stiffening up," and the more you're lifting weights, if you don't use it, you lose it.
And I saw a reel, I think it was in the week, of this old couple at the gym. And there's so much to be said about, people just give up, don't they? And I was like, that's what you want. Just keep going.
Yeah.
It hasn't got to be big. You just go and walk on the treadmill. It doesn't have to be massive, does it?
No.
And we're not, and I always think change is hard. And, for people wanting to go to the gym and stuff and make them changes, it's really difficult. And so I suppose you get clients who have never been to the gym and, and it's important to be able to have that person, isn't it? So for you to then personal train and then give them that confidence.
Exactly. And just sometimes break it down, because again, if you are our sort of age, then your upbringing will be diets from Heat Magazine, Weight Watchers, Slimming World.
Yeah,
you can't eat a mashed banana, but you can eat a whole. It's absolutely ridiculous food rules which aren't founded on anything, and it clutters our brain. And I think if everybody thinks they've got to go all in Monday, right, that's it. Major restriction, I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week, even though I don't go once. And then they do it for a week and then it burns out. And it's stop. For me, it's much better to start small, incremental things. If someone has never been to the gym before, why would I then say, right, you've got to go 4 times a week? If you can just go once, then brilliant. But let's maybe get you walking a little bit more. Let's get you thinking more about what you're eating. What can you add to your plate that's going to make it more nourishing?
So I suppose when you say personal training, a bit like a personal life coach as well, aren't you? So you aren't just personal, you're actually growing that person, which is really nice. Because I think sometimes as well, beyond life, is we just need that sort of person, don't we?
Yeah.
Somebody to say, actually, no, you haven't got to go to the gym 4 times a week if that's too much. But this is what you can do. Look after yourself nutrition-wise. And I think that's really nice. You're not just a personal trainer.
No, I think that's why I've moved more onto online, because my online service is a lot more looking at, it's life-centred. Personal training is, people come to me for an hour because they won't go by themselves. They need that accountability. You're literally with me for an hour. I show you how to exercise. That's what we do. But in terms of the online, that's where the nutrition is supported, the lifestyle, getting to know everybody, treating everybody as an individual. Again, because what might work for me won't work for you.
Yeah.
But we could still get results. You know what I mean? It depends. Everybody's starting from a different place, and everybody wants a different end place as well. So
I like that, and I think that's really important, isn't it? Because, you know, everybody is coming from a different place. Everybody's starting in a different place. And I think, I like that.
Yeah.
People might want to lose weight. People might want it just because I'm very much like, I would only go to the gym now. I'm happy with my body. It is what it is. I'd like my mum to be a little bit tighter, but I'm not really bothered. But mentally, like you really have to go, don't you?
I go to the gym. It, for me, is mentally, and it resets me as well.
I think it's good, isn't it? It's like something empowering that you can do for yourself, and also it's a distraction. I don't like it when people say the gym is my therapy. No, therapy is therapy.
Therapy is
your gym can really help your mental health in terms of it does provide that circuit breaker from your everyday life. It maybe helps you get out of your own head. It makes you actually think about, you've got to think when you're lifting. You can't be thinking about 100 other things. No. You've got to be present in the moment while you were in the gym. And I think that's why it's so strong for mental health.
It massively has helped me through some really tough times, like releasing them endorphins. I can, you know, wake up riddled with anxiety, go to the gym and feel like an absolutely new person after. And there's so much to be said about choosing yourself, choosing to take that time out to look after yourself.
Definitely. It's definitely a form of self-care, and we've said before, self-care is always has this image of being like bubble baths and a glass of wine.
Yeah.
It isn't necessarily all, that has its place, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's like, get your ass out of bed and go for a walk. Or go to the gym, because ultimately you will never regret doing it. It's getting there that's the hardest part.
And I have to say, you know, that is the hardest part, especially if you're in a, you know, a hard place, and it can be difficult. And I've had times where I haven't wanted to get out of bed, especially if I'm knee deep in PMS, verging on PMDD. But we have a choice, and I have had, like last week, it's been tough, but every day we get a choice. And I have to say, once you're up, get yourself to the gym, and it's like, we all get a chance every day to choose different, no matter how hard it is. Yeah. And it is bloody hard sometimes, and it's making them small changes, that self-love, that nurture, that care that we deserve. Yeah. And we get forgotten about.
Exactly.
We forget.
And there is an element of sometimes you've got to parent yourself. Sometimes you have.
Absolutely.
I'm not being funny, but you know, you wouldn't let your child sit there and eat a whole pack of biscuits. You just wouldn't. No. They would, quite happily. But you've got to be like, well, no, that's not what we do. Same with, like you say, if you're having a tough day, it is really difficult, really, really difficult, and I'm not downplaying that at all. But ultimately, you know somewhere deep down inside that actually making that move, even if it's just small, and just thinking, right, okay, I'm just going to go for a 20-minute walk today, you will benefit. You will definitely feel the benefits in one way or another.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think how you feel afterwards as well. I think that's what I have to do. I always think, don't want to go. But actually, I know that I'll feel good after I've been.
Yeah, and I think it's the same for me as well. You know, I think a lot of people think, oh, it's all right for you, you're a PT, this is your job. Oh my God, are you kidding me? On a Sunday, the number of excuses I come up with, and even my little boy said to me the other day, Mummy, I'm sick of hearing this, you always feel better afterwards, now just go. And I was like, okay, fair enough.
Isn't it great that he's got that mindset? Again, let's talk about the eyes that are watching us.
Oh, all the time. Yeah.
And nobody's perfect. I'm not a perfect parent, but I always think as well, actually, like, what I do and what I choose is what my children will then go and choose.
Yeah, absolutely.
And watching my self-care in the mornings and how I am with myself is also the way they're going to do it. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's another way to look at it, isn't it, in regards to looking after ourselves and loving ourselves, is the eyes that watch us day in, day out, and instilling that in them. And I suppose in the diet culture we were brought up with, you know, is trying to now change that in our children, especially if you've got girls, daughters. It must, in this, I dread to think what it's like to have a daughter in.
With social media.
I saw a video yesterday about she must have only been sort of 9, 10, bit like a vlog showing what vitamins she takes, like collagen and stuff like that on for her skin. I think, wow, how do you eat? Well, obviously it's social media but
what are we? That is scary, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really frightening because there's so much misinformation through social media, and just because you're got a name for yourself, there's someone, I won't say their name, but they're an ex-soap star. They're now a nutritionist, and they're not a nutritionist, but they're selling products left, right, and centre.
Yeah,
no scientific evidence, but they're making a hell of a lot of cash. Absolutely. But people are buying into it because they've got that front on social media. They've got those eyes on them. Yeah. People are really, really being bombarded all day long by these people. And if someone's a little bit credible or they recognise them from the TV, they're going to listen to them. Yeah. And I find that really frustrating in the job I do. So I think all the qualifications that I've done. Yeah. And it's like, just because being a social media star does not make you an expert.
No.
But because they've got that following and that thing. Yeah. And I think it's so easy, and even as women, I suppose, so easy to think we need to look a certain way, act a certain way, because it's
impossible standards on social media.
Standards all the time.
I think that's the trouble with what we see on social media, particularly if you've ever Googled something to do with fitness. That's what's going to pop up on your algorithm, isn't it? And I feel that all you are looking at generally are routines. You're either looking, not routines, stereotypes. Like you're looking at extremes. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. So if you're looking at a bodybuilder and they're just like doing the shopping or something, you're conditioned to think the more you see it, that's what, if I go to the gym, that's what I'm going to look like. Yeah. They're an athlete. That's their job. That's like me going to Boxercise and saying I can take on Tyson Fury now. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's like that is someone that literally does that for their job, for their career. And that's why their abs are carved. To do that, they've followed a strict training, nutrition routine, then they've probably dehydrated themselves to make those abs pop. Yeah. Unless they're genetically gifted, which some people are. But we are just not used to seeing normal bodies anymore.
But I have to say, I suppose it's your algorithm as well, isn't it, on Instagram? I suppose for Megan Rose Lane, like, I love her. She's just very womanly and very just, she's got a great body, but isn't really chiseled. She's just a woman. I think we forget, I always think about Marilyn Monroe. What a woman who was just effortlessly a woman. Without, I don't know, her abs out. But she was just owned herself as a woman beyond her body. And what we look like. And that I embrace my Marilyn Monroe sometimes. It's her energy, and it's her energy. Being a woman is about not only your body and your face, but actually how you hold yourself.
Exactly.
And how you present yourself. And that all comes down again to the foundations of how you look after yourself. And parent, I love that. I mean, how you parent yourself. I have to shout at myself sometimes.
Oh my God, I have a right talking to myself in the car.
Honestly, like, Sarah, now sort yourself out.
What
have you got to do
and we don't always want to do everything. I don't always want to do 4 loads of washing for my family, but I do it because I just do. It's kind of the same thing. It's something that you have to make a non-negotiable, and don't make those non-negotiables absolutely tower high that are completely unrealistic and undoable for your life, because that you're setting yourself up for failure. Whereas if you just get on with it, then when you can with certain things, I do think it's really important.
Your power of your mindset is everything, isn't it? I think the power of your choice and what you do every day. So you're taking on online clients. So what sort of clients do you take on? Is it just women over 40, or is it any woman, or just?
I work with all sorts. Generally people, they tend to be over 30, I would say, because as perimenopause can cover so many different years, and I definitely work more with females. I've got a couple of male clients, but I just think people that want to empower themselves. I don't necessarily like victim mentality that much. I think that that's my job. What is the point of having someone that's going to be like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about that? Don't get me wrong, I'm really empathetic, but also if someone comes to me, they want a result. So that's what I will try and provide. So they can come
to you with a victim mindset, but actually you're there to then empower them to change around that mindset. And actually, what I like about you is that you're here to empower them as a person, as a woman. Like, actually, you come to me with that victim mindset, but let's change that around a little bit.
I think it's not rigid it's not rigid instruction, it's coaching. That's what I do. And that's meeting the person where they're at and giving them the tools to help themselves. I can't answer difficult questions for people, but I can ask them for them to answer themselves.
I love that. Maybe I need that in my life. I think I might need you every day.
That's what coaching is.
Can you ask me? I said personal trainer or your personal coach?
I'm personal trainer. That's how I started. I'm an online coach. So,
Right.
yeah, generally.
I think I just perhaps need you ask me some difficult questions, especially when I'm knee deep in PMS. Good grief. Because sometimes as well, I think I like to talk about is we have to take accountability for ourselves.
Absolutely.
I really have to take accountability for myself sometimes.
Yeah.
It's, because it's not all roses, is it?
No.
Life is tough. Being a woman is hard. Sorry, Rufus, but being a woman is hard. Hormones are raging. I could very easily just be in the depths of despair sometimes, especially when I'm feeling the way I am. But for me today, for example, to be sitting here, it hasn't been an easy process.
Yeah.
I have to get up and meditate. I have to journal. I have to have a little dance in my bedroom. But again, I'm not saying that for the pity party. I'm saying it's because we have a choice every day to choose different.
Yeah.
And we talk about openly about building the toolkit that we've built inside of me to be able to reset.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I love having people like you on to then encourage people to make them small changes. They'll come to you for online coaching because actually it's that tiny step. Yeah. And actually what I think is the viewers will see your warmth, and actually, because it can be daunting going to the gym, it can be daunting doing online things. But when you see a woman who's actually going to meet me where I'm at or meet them where they're at, it just makes that step so much easier.
Yeah.
Because I always say it's the small changes we make every day that accumulate to eventually the big change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's self-identity. It's looking at who you are now and who do you want to be and how are we going to get there.
Good grief, something sort of and I think Mumta came on, the episode came out Sunday and she spoke about the mindset, 10 times 10 mindset. Right. So if you want new clients, don't think about how you're going to get 5 new clients, think about how you're going to get 50. That way you're building structure and on how you're going to get there. I suppose you can think about that as well as the person you want to be. You can see that person you want to be and how you're going to get there and implementing things every day. So that could be online coaching, doing that with you. It could be journaling. It could be like me dancing around my bedroom to the greatest, I don't know what it was this morning, but I was like, good grief. It's just every day absolutely winging it, but building the right foundations to get you to that the woman that I see. I see her just it's where am I today? Version 1 or version 10,000? But I know, and I want other people to know, is you've just got to build the right foundations. The self-care, the routine, and when it gets hard, is still keep digging deep.
You've got to make it your normal and habits build. You can't just wake up and say, right, today this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
That's unrealistic.
I mean, I've tried it numerous times in my 20s.
I'm sure we all have.
Absolutely. Lasted a day.
Yeah. Identity. Yeah.
And then you get to
all this water today. That with a wine.
I just walk around with the water, but it doesn't go down.
I'm so
I feel like I need one of them things on my back.
You need one of them hats on.
Yeah.
And then it comes
Because straws.
But again, I have to take accountability. Sarah, you cannot walk around with the water bottle and not put the water in your mouth. Drink the water.
Yeah.
But again, I think you do get to your late 30s and 40s or at any age, and you've got to, you just know that you can do these fast-paced changes and they're not sustainable. It's going back to basics, isn't it?
It really is, and stop trying to do things that work for you in your 20s. I didn't have kids. My job wasn't like my
if I did a
personality.
burpee now, I wouldn't get up.
Do you know what I mean?
My knees would not.
A lot has changed. A lot of those were fads things that we were made to believe we had to do.
Yeah.
And we don't actually. If you actually take it right back down to facts and science and things, you can just do small things. You don't even have to go to the gym. Some of my clients do home workouts.
Yeah.
It's just about, like I say, starting where you are.
Yeah, and you can do it at home.
Building your confidence, then getting a little bit more sort of, you start to see a bit of a change, and that drives you. This motivation, you've got this motivation, which comes and goes. You're never going to be fully motivated all of the time. But you're slowly creating that discipline.
Discipline.
Discipline,
Is
yeah.
a good word. We need that discipline. You've got to
Absolutely.
be disciplined.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, we're all not perfect. We all fall off the wagon. We all eat biscuits at night. We all do that because that's a part of being normal as well.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I do lie in bed at weekends. I'm not rigid in what I need to do, but on the times where life gets a bit tough, that's when I need the discipline to come in.
Exactly. But
That's
I
where
do
I'm
think
like-
that it's avoiding this perfectionist mindset.
Yeah.
That's another
Yeah.
thing I talk about a lot because again, like you said about off the wagon, what is this bloody wagon?
yeah,
like you're on it, you're off it. It's like, no, you're just
Yeah.
living your life. You're just
Absolutely.
getting up and going to bed every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do that to the best of your ability. Gauge your mood, gauge how you feel,
Yeah.
gauge what you're actually capable of doing that day and do it. You know, if you're not, then you're not. But then tomorrow you probably will. I think it's just about consistency and don't think if everything doesn't go perfect. We all know that nothing goes perfect. You know, I said yesterday I got a phone call to say my son needed picking up from school and you're like, oh my God, I'm never going to get all my work done or be able to go to the gym. It is what it is.
It is what it
Take the
is.
pressure off.
Yeah.
Exactly. Stop. You're doing that to yourself.
Yeah.
You're responsible. Your initial reaction,
Yeah.
you're not responsible for, but how you follow up, you are responsible for.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody needs a Katie in their life, especially when they're knee deep in PMS, and I need some serious questions asking. So, we'll share your Instagram on the 4 o'clock
Okay,
club,
perfect.
and we're
Yeah,
doing a
that's
PT.
Yes.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
I've told Zara that
I was
part
going to say, I've
just
just
yet.
seen her face. She wasn't aware of that, was she?
I was going to surprise her with it. Do you know what?
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy moving day, Zara.
moving
Also,
day.
we're having a PT next week.
Oh, good grief. Don't get me doing
And
a
we're going
burpee.
to share that on the 4 o'clock club, and we want to encourage the women who know they want to start the gym, the women who know they want the change but they don't know. Katie is your woman. Not just to build you not only as exercise but as a woman. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody needs Katie in life. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for
so
having me.
much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.